Hey, what's going on, y'all? It's your girl Wande, and you're watching Pen Game 101. So stay tuned.
Yeah. Check the pin game, check the pin game. Got your favorite rappers going insane. Then we run the gauntlet like the end game. So what you waiting for? Check the pin game.
What's going on, everybody? It's Justin, editor-in-chief of Rapzilla.com, and I am back with the Pen Game 101 crew, Elijah Matos, Luke DiMarzio, and your boy, Cutright. So what up, everybody?
What up,
panelists? So we got a special one today. We have Wande Aishola, Reach Records artist, the first lady that we're having on this show, and she's going to talk about her new project, the Decision EP, which is, of course, the follow-up to her amazing project that dropped earlier this year, Exit, and this is going to be a dope one. I can already tell. So let's kick it, of course, actual pen of Pen Game 101, where we break down the pen of the artist, and we speak about what we think they're trying to say and how we feel about this project. So let's kick it off. We're going to go Luke, Cutright, Elijah, and let's start it off with Love for You.
Yeah, Love for You. It kicks off melodic hook, nice trap beat. It's really fast paced. It's got like a high speed chase is what I thought, and it had kind of gain the world yet lose your soul kind of verses to it. I really liked this song. It felt like it belonged on the album. I'm just curious about how this EP came to be. Feel like she could have just put these on the album. Anyway, that's my first thoughts.
Yeah, I felt that the joint was wavy, like from the title, I didn't expect something like this for some reason. I thought it was going to be like slow and sing-songy, but then I forgot that this is Wande, and she got more energy than a spirit bomb out this mug, you know what I'm saying? But the verse switch up was like, ha me, ha. You know what I mean? But I'm saying, plus, she had that dope, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying no Goku line too, you know what I mean? So that's dope, but the delivery was so effortless and clean, and the bars were witty and doctrinally sound too, which is always dope to hear from a younger artist, you know what I'm saying? I love how multi-layered the hook was as well. It's really centered on God's love toward us, which sometimes can be easy to forget, especially in times like the ones we live in, you know what I mean?
I echo the sentiments of my guys over here. I think this song has such dope energy right from the top, and Wande's got a sick flow that's only grown since she signed with Reach, so I got a few standout bars here. She said, "Thought you had control. You see it ain't that easy. Stop trying to be God." Shout out to Travis Scott. Things just had to go this way. Just get you focused. Never want to see you down. It brings me pain, but I never walked away. That one seemed like it was from the perspective of God himself, although it could be Wande talking to someone close to her. Either way, the idea being, although the individual who's speaking is certainly hurt by the pain that they're seeing in someone else, God is still working together all things for his good. So last one, steady filling voids with them temporary cravings. You should just get lost in all this love, call it amazing. So like Cut said, Wande's not only a dope rapper, she's also got dope doctrine. So don't lose that.
All right, the next track is Bad News.
Yeah, Bad News, to me, it presented like a interlude. I didn't feel like there was much to it. So I didn't really know how to critique it other than that. It was just a bunch of sounds kind of. And I mean, she said some things, but there wasn't I didn't feel like there was like a complete thought really to it. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this one.
I agree. I can't lie. I had a hard time trying to figure out what the song was about, even after listening to it a few times. First, I thought it was about the media bringing us bad news because it started with the TV static. Then I thought it was about just people who bring bad news, and then believers who preach condemnation over proclaiming the good news. And then I was like, well, maybe it's just about all three at the same time. Like the first song, this one probably has more layers than a Kim Kardashian wedding cake. But I just dug how it was so short, yet it managed to take me in all these directions, to try to, figure out and decide what it is. It's a dope record sonically too. And, that's just a part of the mystery. I'm just put on my Scooby-Doo mask and we gonna see what's about.
Yeah, I agree with these guys. I wrote down, doesn't have a ton of lyrics for breakdown, but based on what we do have, it's definitely following up with some of the themes of the previous track. We're talking about the idea of leaving sin and evil behind and turning to God, which makes a lot of sense given the EP title, The Decision. This one also seems to flip the idea of the gospel meaning good news, so Wande is fleeing from bad news. The only bar I really caught that was of particular interest was, so now I'm leaving. That's what happens when you know the truth. So really building on that theme of I'm fleeing from sin. I'm fleeing from sort of worldly pleasures and turning back towards Jesus.
Final track of this project, appropriately, is called Last.
The thing I was most impressed with on this track was just her performance overall. Like, she's really good at shifting gears from melody to flows, and she even has like a hybrid, like where she's got a melody and a flow. The beat here was just okay. I didn't really feel like it had much creativity to it. But her performance was what stuck out because of that. I think maybe they just didn't want to add too much to the beat because she was just killing it with what she was doing on the mic. It was a really fun listen, and then at the end, the auto-tune ad-libs added a lot, and they were pretty cool. So that's my thoughts on that one.
Was tough to me. I mean, it was straight up proclamation, declaration, adoration, exaltation music right here. I love the honesty. I love the vulnerability and the maturity she put on display. Yeah, we've been through some messes, taught me some lessons. Sometimes I need that correction. That's worth more to me than possessions. What, bro? That's a gem right there for listeners who listening to that. You know what I'm saying? This whole song was a treasure chest full of affirmations for the listeners to hold on to. This was my favorite song in the project, and that's why Last is going first on my list, because it's biblical, like this project. First is last, last is first. I loved every song, the hook and the verse. That's how we did it today.
That's yeah, man. I just want to say, if there's one thing I can say about Wande, if it was only one, Wande makes our faith really cool. Like, there's few people who could ever say "team saved" like out loud and not cause me to roll my eyes, but she's one of them. But yeah, there's also really powerful stuff here. It's not just like a really fun record. There's also really powerful stuff here about the sort of conflict that she experienced even in her own home. When she says, I saw the vision, it brought division. I made a decision, followed Jesus regardless of a civilian opinion. Cut talked about this a little bit. He alluded to it. But the idea that Wande is giving a voice to Christians who are experiencing a totally different reality than a lot of what the CHH market is even doing right now, where it's like, it's not just the world you're struggling with. It can be your own home where there's this sort of conflict between following Jesus and doing what's normal or approved of. So super encouraging to see her even so hopeful, even throughout those struggles.
All right, and that's the Pen of the Decision EP. Now we're going to hear from Wande. We're going to play some games, and we're going to do the 101. So stay tuned. Here's the fade. Hey, what's going on, everybody? So we are here with the Pen Game 101 crew, and in front of us is Wande, artist from Reach Records, who just dropped her EP, The Decision. So Wande is here to play some games with us, and then, of course, she's going to take us to the 101, and she's going to answer all of our crazy questions and also play our crazy games. And hopefully Wande is up to the challenge today. Wande, what's up? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing straight. I'm back in Texas, so it's a great time.
All right, dope. So let's kick it off to the game. Cut right. Hit us with that first game, and Wande, I hope you're ready.
Yo, hey, Will, what's up? What's up? Welcome to Pen Game Wanda. I won't skew. Oh Lord, I done tell her the wrong name. Don't fire me. Look, Wanda, listen. Yo, you are a Wonder Woman with the wordplay, right? So because of that, we're gonna build a bar. So we testing your lyrical miracle skills. We about to drop these joints on you. So the first word, when I'm gonna give you a word, you gotta come up with some bars for the words, right? The first word.
Wait. You only need 2 lines. You don't have to go crazy.
Unless you just got bars like that. All right, yo. So the first word is Vegeta.
Okay. Vegeta. Interesting. I'm trying to think of like the context of Dragon Ball Z. So I'm like,
do you know anything about Dragon Ball Z?
Background questions. Can you give me like the character traits of Vegeta?
Vegeta got spiky hair. He's short. He a prince. You know what I'm saying? He angry.
I feel like it's a spelling bee. Can you use it in a sentence?
Okay. I have something building in my head. Hold up. And so is Vegeta, does he have like a character flaw in terms of like, is he prideful?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay. Okay. Hold up.
She in the construction right here.
I have to like talk it out. That's how I talk out my bars. So I'm like, it's weird, but I'm thinking in my head. So okay, hold on. I'm thinking in my head. Give me like 30 seconds to like structure out the words.
Why don't
right,
why don't you give her the next word too, and maybe she can put them together.
all right, Febreze.
I mean, you moving fast, thinking life was just a breeze. A breeze. This is so interesting. I'm just like, so with Vegeta, I'm just thinking of the word cheetah, and so I was trying to think of how to context the words together and think like things are like, you know, like life moving fast, got you coming like a cheetah. Don't let that the pride come through the fall, so don't end up like Vegeta or something like that.
There you go.
Okay,
There you go.
okay,
No, that was perfect.
Okay, all right, yo,
That's perfect.
So I'll let you get the Febreze. You got that one. I said so. Next word is gonna be vagabond. Shout to J. Crum, vagabond.
Okay, I've heard that word a lot as well. Can you give me context on what that means?
See, girl, why you trying to test me right here?
It's like a. It's like a vagabond is like poor in spirit kind of thing. Like
that they move around a lot.
Yeah, and that too.
Okay, shout out to God because you know He paid my bond. Ain't trying to be out here living like a vagabond.
Okay. This one may be a little easy. Baby Yoda.
See, y'all choosing all these topics I have nothing about. I don't watch Star Wars.
No, this is all right. These we didn't come up with these together. This is all your fault.
But everybody knows Baby Yoda.
These happen to be all the shows and all the things that I just have no context on. Okay.
All right, give me baby yogurt. Baby yogurt.
Go-gurt.
Instead of Baby Yoda.
In and
baby
out.
Yogurt.
Let's go in and out. That's the word. In and out. That's what we're gonna go. In and out.
All right. I'm like, there's so many things in and out. Let's see. I'm like, I don't know. I'm at a blank for words, but I don't know. In and out, time to go and get the cheese.
Hey. Can't find a Whataburger? When in doubt, you got $3, settle for In and Out. That's how you do it. Word. Okay. Last word is decision.
All right. I mean, I definitely rapped about it in my own song, so I'm like, I could default for that. But let me see. What do I want to talk about? All right. Life comes at you fast, get you cutting like incisions. Sometimes you gotta think and make those quick decisions. I don't know.
Hey, congratulations, you have survived. Build a bar. We now have a nice little bar cake. I give it to you. I'll mail it to you 3 to 5 days. You got to pay for postage though. So you can do that. Word. Congratulations.
See, Wande, that Vegeta bar, considering that you had no idea like really who he was like one of the best probably rhymes we had in this whole thing.
Yeah. It was also really cool to hear her talk about how she was thinking about building the bar. So I mean that works with the whole segment. Yeah.
That whole process was really dope. And you know what I'm saying? People, they get to see your process.
They see the process live.
That's right.
Well, not live, but you know what I mean. Yeah, we're not live. Don't worry. All right, Eli. So let's Eli's next, and he's got the trivia game. So
yeah. Hopefully these questions come up a little easier than the wild words Cut was throwing at you, because this is stuff that I think you have a little experience with one day. So I heard that you studied biology and journalism in college. I
studied biology in high school, and then in college was journalism and PR.
Okay. I think these should work though. All right. Yeah. You ready? All right. First question. What is the powerhouse of the cell?
I'm trying to think of the rap I wrote to see if he'll answer the question. I'm like, I don't know. I forgot about the science word. I want to guess something like mitochondria, but
that's it.
Look at the flex. Look at the flex.
I was just guessing, All right.
That's crazy.
We're proud of you. We're starting off strong. All right.
Wow. Look at the Lord.
All right, question 2. What are the 3 macromolecules found in our foods?
See, I have no idea for that situation. Is it like carbohydrates and okay, I'm trying to think of what people be talking about when they eat protein.
Yep. All right, one more.
Yeah. Oh, protein, carbs. People are like, I need to cut down on mine. What do they be talking about? Protein, carbohydrates. Those are the 2 I can think about. I can't think of the last one that people be talking about.
You got a lot of. It comes from butter. Is that helpful?
Lipids.
Yes. All right, lipids. You got the sciencey name for it too. All right.
Mad humble. I don't know who Vegeta is. Rex a bar. I don't know anything about science anymore. Lipids, mitochondria.
All right, we'll move on to the journalism category now. Question 3. What are the 5 W's and 1 H of a story?
Who, what, when, where, why, how.
That's it. That was easy. All right, cool. All right, number 4. What's the difference between a fact and opinion?
I mean, a fact has a definite answer, and opinion can be interpreted multiple ways.
That's it. Perfect.
I feel like I'm on like, are you smarter than the 5th graders?
In all seriousness, that's exactly what I thought of when I was constructing these questions. It's perfect.
These are at least 8th grade words.
All right, we're gonna move on to the Christmas category now because it's the month of December. We're all hype. We're all celebrating. We gotta promote the gift, even though it's the deluxe edition came out last year. What can you name 3 Christmas carols?
Yes. Frosty the Snowman. Carol of the Bells. And I'm singing a song. I'm like, oh my goodness. No, that's Frosty the Snowman. No, I'm like, does the Grinch count? Like the Grinch?
I will accept it. We'll take it. The Grinch. All right.
Silent Night. That's a traditional one.
Oh, Silent Night. There you go. All right. Same category, Christmas. Can you name 3 Christmas movies?
This Christmas, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and A Christmas Carol.
Perfect. All right. Next category, music, CHH. We're going right in there. Can you name 2 or more of the women in Christian hip hop who were signed last year besides yourself?
Angie Rose and was AI Anomaly? What she said?
Got it. Yeah, you're doing great. All right. Last question. In an interview earlier this year with Justin, you mentioned to us Praying for You by Lecrae was the first song you heard when searching for Christian rap. What Lecrae album did that song appear on?
I'm like, was that on the album? Is this a trick question? But it's before or after the music stops. I'm like, what is before that? Real Talk?
It was after the music stops.
Oh, it was after the music stops? Oh, wow.
We'll give it to you anyway.
After the music stops is like a rock album. So then I was like, that's not a rock song. That's what I associate that with.
You got to press Lecrae about it. I'm sure he'll tell you why it was on that one.
Situations.
Yeah. Great job, Wande. We appreciate you. Justin, take it away.
Yeah, that was almost a clean sweep of the trivia game. So you might have won the $1 million or whatever it is. It would have been close. You could have actually phoned Lecrae. Can I ask you a question about your own music? That would have been your phone a friend. He'll be like, I have no idea. That's too old. Luke. So Luke's got the last game, and it's called Run It Back. So Luke, take it away.
Yeah. All right, Wande. So you've been around for a minute, and so it's kind of cool. I decided to dig into some older tracks. And so we're going to do Run It Back, and the goal is for you to, I'm going to start one of your rhymes from an older track you've done, and you have to finish the rhyme.
All right.
All right, does it sound fun?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I'm not going to tell you what song it is. I'm just going to start saying it and see if you can pick up from where I am. And I'm not that great of a rapper, so I'm just going to say the first line as best as I can, see if you can pick up. All right. Go ahead and ask me how I do it. I had plans to see my mind, the Lord went and blew it.
Go ahead, ask me how I do it. I had plans to see my mind, the Lord went and blew it. I know the flow. Yeah, it's the song.
Give her two more lines. Give her two more lines.
You look at my life, man. You cannot undo it. He giving me
something. It rhymes with blue. I never say blue, but he's
red.
With that red. I mean, he gave me life. I'm not dead. I was searching for that repentance. Then he went and gave me acceptance, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's
too hard. Yeah. It's good. Do you remember who that song was with?
Yeah, it's Holy Ghost with Mandela.
Yeah.
Doing a music. Yeah.
All right.
At first, I was like, what is that?
Okay. All right, and this one is probably a better known one, but it was the first time I ever heard you, so that's why I chose this song. So here we go. This one it starts like this. Gotta go, adios, vamonos, amigos.
No, I can't stay in this place. Homie, there's levels. I don't mess with devils. You messy, then get out my face. Yeah, really, I pick up on cue. Don't gotta sit. Okay.
Nice. Yeah, you passed. There we go.
You got it. Yeah, you killed the games challenge. Good work.
Yeah. Do you know what that song was?
Gotta go by Drew Bex.
Yeah.
And
all right.
So let's hit the 101. So Wande, you are going to be receiving questions that we're going to hit you with, basically just about the album or yourself. So Luke, kick us off with the first question.
Yeah, I was mainly curious about how the decision came to fruition. Like, were these tracks just kind of sitting around for a rainy day, or did you have a plan for this? Like, maybe talk about how it came to be.
Yeah, so it kind of was like a natural development. So it came to play because two of the songs I've had, well, let me think. Yeah, two of the songs I already had like since before Exit. And like, so actually Love for You, I wrote it the same time I wrote In Love. In Love came out like 2 years ago. And then Bad News, I wrote that maybe like a year ago, like while I was working on Exit and stuff. So like these are songs that like Love for You was supposed to come out and it was supposed to be on Exit, but because like we had to do a beat change for legal reasons, and then after the beat change happened, I was like, oh, I don't think I like the song anymore, just because I was like so used to the other song. So then it just never made the cut. But it was more of like the song wasn't bad. It was just our internal annoyance of knowing what it could have been. And so like it just kind of got forgotten. And then Bad News was supposed to be an interlude because my Exit was supposed to Exit was supposed to sound like the decision, but then I randomly like had a mind switch and it didn't. And so That's kind of like what happened. But the decision actually came because we were actually working with YouTube on some stuff to do some cool videos. And so we're like, oh, we need a song. So then I was like, hey, but in the quest of looking for the song, it's so funny because I wanted to do Last, but then our team, like as a whole, was like, oh, I don't know if Last is the song. So then I had to keep working. So I was like, okay, we're gonna keep working. And so like we were just doing all this stuff to make all these different songs because like it's just our motto to keep working until you find it. And so we kept working just to find something like trappy, upbeat. Then I randomly remembered my song Love for You, and I was like, oh, this song is really good. And so luckily I found that song in the midst of creating all those other songs that I now have in my archives. And so essentially that's kind of like how it came together because I made Love for You. And then whenever I played Love for You, it played Last right after that. People were like, oh, wait, Last actually is a really good song. Never mind. And then it's kind of turned into a situation because then I had Bad News and I was like, oh, this actually kind of flows really well together. And so that's kind of just how it all came together.
Nice. So as a follow-up to that, is there a decision that you are hoping the listener makes after listening?
Yeah, I hope that you choose to follow Jesus. So I think it was actually really cool because kind of like God, he was fighting for all the songs, like Last, like how it ended up being like the music video and everything. Like it was God saying like, hey, you keep sleeping on this song, but I'm gonna make the circumstances turn out to where you have no option, where this is gonna be the one with the music video and this is gonna be the one with the focus. And I think it's really cool because the whole project, even how it all coincidentally came together, focuses on like communicating how God loves us and how he cares about us, even when our circumstances don't look like he does. And just kind of like prompting you to just continue to choose God, even whenever temptations come your way and all these different things come your way. So I hope that whoever listens to it will do an internal reflection and be like, dang, what am I holding on to that I need to let go? Or man, have I been kind of running away from God's love for me, and do I need to seek that? So I would just hope that you would listen to it and want to go deeper in your relationship with God after listening to it.
So one day, bad news. Don't you bring me no bad news. That bad news is the shortest song on the album, yet it's the most elusive. The record, at least from my listening standpoint, was presented as a multi-layered entendre. Can you expound on the themes and the motivation behind the song?
Yes, so I really love Bad News because, it can be interpreted into your own personal struggles that you're struggling with, whatever you're addicted to currently that the Lord needs you to say goodbye to. And so I really love that song because it can be applied to yourself and it can be applied to your addictions and to sin. And just saying like, man, every time it can even be applied to relationships too, but it's kind of like, man, every time I come to this addiction or this thing that's not good for me, this fleshly aspect, every time I come here, I think it's great for a second. I'm like, oh, this is fun, this is great. But then there's always a catch, and there's always bad news that follows the situation. And internally in your head, I need to leave, but for some reason you just keep coming back, and it's like God's like, I've been telling you you're supposed to leave, but no. And so then in the end, I left it purposely with mumbles because it's like your internal groaning of like, man, I need to leave and I really want to leave, but I can't, but I really need to leave. And so it's like your internal groaning of like when God's telling you not to do something and you're like, but you know what you need to do. So it's the internal groaning, but then the person at the end says, I'm going to leave, because that's what happens when you know the truth. So they know the truth of what God tells them to do, and so they finally choose to leave. But they still groan in the process before they need to do it.
Right. That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I wasn't, dang, okay. All right, well, going on to the last song of the EP. Similar sort of really interesting perspective on the sort of conflict that emerged with you and your dad that Justin talked to you a little bit about earlier in this year. That conflict started when you started to embrace Christianity as your own. You also allude to it on last when you say, Pops was tripping, had to follow God on my own time. Do you have any advice or perspective for young people in a position like yours where they're dedicating their lives to Jesus without necessarily having the support of their entire family?
Yeah, I would say music actually plays a big role. So the other day I had a life epiphany. I'm like, man, what we're doing like really matters. Because like I remember in those moments, like I would get punished sometimes, and so like literally the only thing that kept me to like sane was like music. So like I would somehow, I don't know how I got these headphones and to not get noticed, but I would have music or the song that I already knew. I would just sing it in my head. And like a lot of these Christian rap songs and stuff like that at the time talked about like loving your neighbor, despite whatever is going on, or in life you're gonna have trials, but it's okay, and like rejoice. And so like in a lot of those moments too, like I felt closer to Jesus. Like I understood an aspect of Jesus where it's like you didn't do anything wrong, but these people are persecuting you and they hate you for no reason. And so it's almost a moment of where you can understand a new level of Jesus and get closer to him. Kind of like whenever you go through something and you meet somebody else who's gone through that same experience, like y'all have a close bonding experience because y'all can relate to that situation that other people can't relate to. And so, yeah, I would say that's why it's also good just to fill your spirit with good things like music, because in those moments, whenever you're sad or whatever's going on, like you can meditate on things that will bring out the best of you. Also, read your Bible. So that way also when trials come, you can meditate and remind yourself what God is telling you, like, hey, when the trials come, people gonna hate you, but don't respond hate with hate, respond hate with love. And I feel like, because your natural reaction wouldn't be to be nice in that situation or whatever. But I think whenever you're constantly feeding yourself with like these positive things and stuff like that, it helps you hold on. And if you even look at like, if you go into slavery, right? Like slavery is a very traumatic experience, like very bad. But slaves, the way that they were able to form community and still find like some type of joy in their torturous days was by singing. Like they sang like spirituals, they sung hymns and praises, And so those things lifted their spirits despite like the depressive moments around them. So I would say like that's basically my advice to people in that situation.
That's cool. So, yeah, I'm curious to know if, as you have grown as an artist and as your reach has grown, if you've had any mentors or people around you who have been able to pour into you, give you some wisdom along the way, and how you've been impacted by people like this, to get to where you are now.
Yeah, I'm not even going to cap. It's been a kind of lonely road. I feel like as of recently, now I've gotten, more people in my life. But I would say at the beginning, before I found out I could do music, I had like cool mentors and stuff in terms of like my pastors. So I would say I've had mentors outside of music, but not inside of music. So I would say outside of music, I've had mentors in terms of like my church and stuff. I met cool people who like just pour into me, my faith, like my pastors or like small groups that I've been in, different communities. Like I've learned different things over my course of my life, and people have kept me grounded. And a lot of my friends also aren't musically talented, so I would say my friends keep me grounded. And then I would say, like, for instance, now my manager, her name is Erin, and I have an assistant named Nage. So they definitely love the Lord too. So they pour into me as a friend, make sure they keep me accountable and stuff like that. So I would say I have great friends and like people who have mentored me in terms of my character of life. But I would say in music, I feel like I've never really had a mentor in music. I feel like that's one of the unfortunate things about being a girl. So I would say like, yeah, I feel like I haven't really had that yet. So we'll see what happens in life if I stumble upon somebody. But I feel like because of the weird dynamic of the girl thing, I feel like it's not something where I can just be up at guy's house and be like, oh my gosh, mentor me. Because a mentorship thing is like a close relationship, obviously.
Right.
And so I feel like I haven't really had that musically, but I feel like personally as a human being I have, which is great because then I can just pour that into the music.
So you're one of the leading ladies in Christian hip hop, and you're also an artist who is a Nigerian American. With Afropop gaining more and more popularity, have you considered the possibility of doing a few records or possibly following Kardec's footsteps on putting together a collaboration project with other Afropop artists or Nigerian Americans like Nemo Blaze or Tobe Nwame? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
I missed the last name on it. I just say Tobe. Yeah, Tobe.
Yeah, I think I've definitely thought about that. I think it would definitely be great to just do something to honor my heritage. I enjoy Afrobeat music too, so it's always a great time. I think for me, it's just a matter of focus. So it's kind of like even though at the moment, like because there's not that many women, I happen to be the person who's leading in that area. I still feel like, hey man, I'm just getting started. I still got a lot of things to accomplish. And so because I feel like I have a lot of things to accomplish, I'm like, hey, you got to stay focused and you got to put these rap songs out. And so I feel like that's my main focus now. But as I like establish my career and then become like more like solidified, like as a household situation, then I feel like I'd be open to branching out. But still in the meantime, though, I'm always open to things, kind of like how Reach always says, like the summer playlist. Like I'm always down to like, drop 2 songs, support the culture. But I think it's always important just in life to focus on your main goal before you branch off into other scenarios. So yeah.
Dope. Wanda, you mentioned the word accomplishments, and I think this year, even though it's been a crazy year, has kind of been the year of Wande, where you've had these really dope accomplishments, you've had dope achievements, you've had really dope looks too, from being on Michelle Obama's playlist to finding out Missy Elliott follows you on Twitter and several opportunities on ESPN. So what's it like just seeing so many of these dope things happening at once? And has the insanity of this year at all affected your internalization of all of it?
No, it's honestly been pretty wild. I'm just wild, like, shout out to God, I feel like that's been a recurring story in my life, like God fighting for me. So I think it's been really lit just to see like the Lord's hand on my life. So it's kind of like, hey man, haters gonna hate, but you can't sleep on God, man. And so I think that's really cool because I feel like that's honestly been a recurring thing in my life. Like even if you look at the whole Reach situation, like, based on normal statistics, it wasn't supposed to work out, but the Lord fought for me, and then I'm out here in these streets. And so I think it's been really cool to see all these things happen. I think I think it honestly just adds to my story in terms of people taking God seriously, because a lot of times I'm very like positive. I'm like, hey man, shout out Jesus. But I think with all these things happening, taking place, like a lot of people are like, maybe I should take God more seriously, because apparently, you be talking about God and things be working out. So, let me just listen to what this girl's saying. And so I'm just really happy for the success, because it broadens just my credibility in terms of my reach, and then just makes people take God more seriously. So I'm like, I'll be telling you, man, God is the move, and so that's my favorite part of the whole aspect.
It was so deep, bro. I just was marinating on it. That's what happened. It was just so deep. You know what I mean? Just had to let it sit. Yo, so before getting signed, you worked as an A&R, right? So when you're looking at the landscape of the genre today, there's an abundance of dope females in the game. Are there any ladies in particular that you feel could potentially make a great addition to the Reach roster or any other CHH labels today?
I feel like as of the last recent months, I haven't been in-depthly looking as much as I should have. And so I would say I haven't really been like peeping that much, but I would say there's one girl who I enjoy. Her name is Linga. And so I think that she's really dope. Like whenever I see her, I'm like, you remind me of myself. I like this. And so, yeah, I think she's super dope, because like I always like people who have like just a genuine character and heart for God, like, but then they also just have the talent. And so I feel like Linga, like, hey man, she's got the sauce, man. You can't replicate the sauce, man. And so, and I think she just legitimately loves God. Like she literally just like graduated from Bible college type stuff. But it's really cool. I think she kind of just gives me like pure spirit vibes, which I enjoy. And so, and then obviously like someone like Cass, but Cass doing her own thing, so she living her life.
Is there a sense of sisterhood among like the ladies in CHH? Like you talked about Linga and Cass. Like I know before you said that with Aaron you kind of had like the mentorship and friends pouring into you. But is there kind of like a developed like sisterhood or a blossoming sisterhood amongst some of the ladies that's in the genre?
Yeah, I would say it's a work in progress. So I would say in my inner circle, it's like a sisterhood. So like in terms of like the people I see consistently, like Aaron and Nage and stuff. So I would say definitely that is like that. It's like, oh yeah, that's my fam. I would say it is kind of hard, I guess, because of COVID too. Like we're not seeing people in real life. So there's a lot of people who I still need to know more. But I would say I always make an intentional effort to reach out to somebody and like at least try to be their homie. And so it's kind of it's on them to reciprocate the energy. But I would say for the most part, like I always try to be supportive of everybody and like, say like, hey, if you need somebody, let me know. And so, yeah. But I'll say for the most part, it's there. It's just like now we have to actually see each other in real life. So, yeah.
Gotcha. Well, switching gears to other people you've collaborated with, Wande, your recent verse on Restored is put as simply as possible fire. And after the Restoration Deluxe album dropped, Aha tweeted out and said, I love how everybody gives Cray their hardest verses, which KB also shared a few years back in discussing his feature on Home Team. So from your perspective, is there like an added layer of incentive or pressure to perform when members of the Reach team are hopping on a song with Lecrae?
I would say, that the most eyeballs are going to be on it. So it's like, hey, if there was ever a time to, snap, it's now. And so I would say that's it. But I think one thing that whenever I saw that tweet, I was like, hey, man, because, it's kind of like it's kind of like, I think I've said this before in the past, just like passively, but it's kind of like, oh, if Lecrae told you to write a song, you're going to write a fire song. So it's like, why do you not do that for yourself? And so it's also, dawned upon me to just, I feel like I have a whole new approach to music. So 2021, stay tuned. It's going to be a situation. But it's kind of just like, hey, man, like you can actually die at any moment. So it's like, it's the legacy that you're leaving. Is this something that you're going to be proud of? Or is it something where you're going to be like, oh, well, if I had another song, I would have made it fire. But it's like, make this song fire now. And so I feel like I have like a new approach to just, executing everything with excellence and like executing everything with like a legacy that I want to leave behind. So, yeah.
And you said you could die at any moment with like the biggest smile on your face. You could die at any moment. And I was like, cold-blooded. All right. So my final question for you, and maybe I'm not paying attention, but I haven't seen you speak too much about it. So you have something that I don't believe anyone else in this space has. You have a beauty line. So can you talk about Win Beauty and your spirit for like being an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I'm super excited about Win Beauty because I feel like a lot of women just, in our space are neglected in that particular area. And, I feel like beauty products are a lot of fun. And from an entrepreneur perspective, it's actually much better because you don't have to deal with sizes. There's no small, medium, large. It's just, hey, here's the product. Do you like it or do you not? And so from an entrepreneur perspective, it's much easier inventory wise, and you can like broaden, your choices of products. But I think it's also cool because I just like, even with merch, right? I wanted to only sell things that I would actually wear. And then with beauty, I was like, okay, well, these are products I actually like. And, I'm like, let me put my sisters on. So I'm somebody who I always like to put people on to like high quality things that are affordable. So I'm like, if I have access to these high quality beauty products that are affordable, let me show you the ways. And it's kind of a way too, just for me to like pour back into even like girls who are developing as adolescents, because a lot of my fans are teens and stuff like that too. And so sometimes it's like, hey, my mom isn't really into beauty stuff, but I want to be into beauty stuff and figure out how to do this without breaking my bank, but also like loving myself as a human being. So it's a cool way for me to pour into people too, just about like normal beauty and like loving yourself. But then also if you want to enhance certain things, and just be extra occasionally, here's how to apply makeup and all that stuff. So it's a lot of fun. So yeah.
Now is WIN an acronym for your name?
Yeah, so it's an acronym for multiple things, but WIN, it stands for Wande Shola Network, so that encompasses like the network of all the different things that I do. But WIN is just also just embodying, it means what's important now. So like, focusing on like what really matters in life, and like also just the mentality of winning. So yeah, that's what it encompasses.
Okay, dope. All right, so Wande, here is your chance. Plug away. Let us know what's going on. What can we look forward to? Obviously, you just dropped the project, so just whatever you want. Here you go. Here's your moment.
All right. Well, what's up, y'all? It's Wande. Make sure you go listen to The Decision. You're going to get the raps. You're going to get the bars. You're going to get the high energy situations. I would describe it as part 2 to Iconic from Exit. That's how I describe this project. Also, Win Beauty, Win Gang. So check out Win Beauty if you want to just see some affordable products for the beauty life. You can give it to your girl, or if you're a girl, you can get it for yourself. And just support the Win Gang. Follow me at OMG It's Wande. Support the journey. It's a great time. And support Rapzilla. They be out here doing great things for the kingdom and putting you on to artists. So make sure you keep up with them so you can keep up with what's going on in Christian hip hop. We love to see it.
All right, Wande, good job for getting through the Pen Game 101. I hope you have fun. This was super dope. You have joined a long line of Reach Records people who have done the show. We had Kardak, we had Holvey, KB, who's obviously not there anymore, but he was our first episode. So super exciting. We're trying to get that whole team on here.
But you was the first lady, because you the first lady.
And she was also the first lady.
You breaking it down, 2 snaps up. Hey, get it, that's right.
Oh, man. Wande, thank you so much. Have a Merry Christmas.
No problem. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and can't wait to see what you got coming in the new year.
Hey, let me know when you start making like beard products, because I'm struggling over here. You beauty, you make beauty when you got something for the beast. Let me know.
Yeah, man, that's a good idea though. But, all right.
Don't forget the bearded ladies either. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, Wande. Take it easy.
Right.
See you.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Peace.
All right, so that was Wande, and Wande, thank you so much for joining us. The first lady on the show, another artist from Reach Records who's joining us. She was super dope. She killed the Vegeta bars, and almost got a solid 100 on the trivia examination that Eli threw at her. She remembered the songs that Luke threw, so we had a very good showing. Like if we had the judges like Olympics, what would we holding up? It's like a solid 9. She did almost 10, 9.5. So she did dope. So guys, in conclusion, what do you think about this episode, about Wande, the project, everything? How can we sum this up? Let's kick it off. We'll kick it off with Eli. We'll go Eli, Luke, Cutright.
Perfect. Yeah, man. I think I just love and I appreciate Wanda's energy. I appreciate that she raps such deep themes, even though she's also just giving you the vibes. I think that's just so cool. And I appreciate all the optimism she has, man. I think it's incredible to see her get so many incredible looks even outside of our space, but just stay so humble about it. So I love this episode. I appreciate Wande for coming through. And I'm excited to see what she's got coming into 2021. She hyped it up a little bit, so we gotta hold her to it.
Yeah, she said it was going to be a lituation, I believe. So yeah, I thought it was cool. I mean, she was really happy to tell us whatever. She rolled with the punches whenever she couldn't get some of that the Febreze bars and the Baby Yoda stuff. Like she just kind of rolled with it. It's always good for an icebreaker there. And yeah, I just thought it was cool watching her build the Vegeta bar. I thought that was a cool little thing. She was talking about her thought process with that, and then her just honesty of what it's like now for her, and as she's growing in her music career and all of that stuff. So it was cool to hear about all that.
Word. I thought it was dope too. You know what I'm saying? The album is like it's like it's a sampler, it's an appetizer. Cause as she said, she coming up with 2021. You know, when you be in the kitchen and mama be like, "Hey, boy, taste that right there." You take a little. Okay, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Let you get ready for what's to come. So if 2021 tastes anything like this album, I'm gonna make sure I got seconds and thirds on the way, little to go box tucked to the side. You know what I mean? Plus, like Wande, she is super nice. She had a lot of joy, like the embodiment. Like I know Christ is embodiment. You know what I'm saying? But if happy, if joy could be bottled up as a perfume, Wande is wearing that joy and she's selling it through Win. So go to Win and then and type in cut right and you might get a 0% discount. You know what I mean? But still, go ahead and get that in, man. But she doing a lot, man. I love her personality, the music, the vibe, and she got bars. It's crazy because she said, I don't know who Vegeta is, but she had the saying in the Goku bar in the song. So I was like, how was that? See, but that's what Holy Spirit gave it to her. She didn't even know. She didn't even know what happened.
They got in Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super, they got the Super Saiyan God. She actually channeled God for the Super Saiyan line. All right. And we will see you all next time. Peace.